but the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason. And that can take you deep into January.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season. And we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Time to see what this Tampa Bay Bucs offense has in store. They're led by the now 7-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 55. Charles, it's Tom Brady.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The numbers for Evans in last week's ball game. 6 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And that gives him 9 for the season, and I've been around the game long enough to know this. 10 is the benchmark number, all right? People want to get to there because that really signifies that you've had the year that you've been looking for and also gives you respect around the league.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
So, Charles, this defense going to have its hands full all game long. You'd have to figure facing the man second in the NFL in passing yards. What's the course of action here defensively?
Well, we all know that every down seems to have equal importance. But for this game, they're putting it all on 3rd down. Make sure they stop them there, get off the field, and that way they can turn the ball over to their offense and feel good about how this game's progressing.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. To throw is Brady. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. To Evans on the slant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
On play action, it's Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. 2nd and 6. Here's Brady. He's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. From the gun, Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And Suckup will put this one right through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher. Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second and goal situation.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time a 9-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their third in a row. And the question, is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon because this team has rebounded.
That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Brady. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit. Let them catch their breath.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. On the handoff, Taylor. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Normally on 3rd down, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end, it's just going to be a simple chain mover. This time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Bucs now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Brady. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Brady. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Second and 8. He'll look to throw. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Throw over the middle. Going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run it with Williams. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. Jones has it. Been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end, because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And he'll go down at the 28.
So finally, a first down run. The offensive line has got to feel a whole lot better about themselves because I think they were starting to wonder, were we ever going to solve this defense and be able to do what we like to do, which is run the football.
Now Leonard Fournette. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. He completes it to Evans. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Fournette again. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. As Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Brady. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Yannick Ngakoue gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. Succop's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there. And the Colts coming out now. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now. And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good. They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss. On 2nd down, Williams. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Back to throw again. He'll find Hollins out of the backfield. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That catch puts him 80 away from 1,000. He's now at 920, and 920, that ties him with Torrey Holt.
That's a great name to remember, but the number, 920, almost boggles the mind, doesn't it? You're talking about 80 catches away from 1,000. What a phenomenal achievement. If he gets there, I have no reason to believe he won't.
The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think in this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Jets who have the lead with that one getting close to halftime. The number 2 overall pick back in April, Zach Wilson, with 2 touchdown passes. From there, let's get to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And that one is at halftime as they lead the visiting Eagles. A touchdown there for Saquon Barkley. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Titans. It's Mac Jones with a touchdown pass there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Colts to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll look to throw. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They're going to look to throw. Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 71 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. About 3 yards there to the 27. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Quiddy Pay. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Sam Martin now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
And a catch right side by Evans. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Fournette is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Carlton Davis picks it. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Brady now on first down. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On first down, Taylor.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. They follow up by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 91 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A
Couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. This is Samuels. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Levante David in on the tackle.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking out extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Back to throw here. That escapes the sand. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Colts on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This will be third and forever. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Well, time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll bring up a second down. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. If it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And finding the tight end Rudolph. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. The Bucs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Brady going to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Now Brady got to have this one.
bring this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
They got a completion there, but that's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards, we're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Buccaneers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Brady will look to throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets him back within a field goal. And here we get a look at Stewart down on the ground still. Hope this isn't anything serious. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now,
there he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. Over the middle here to Rudolph. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44 yard line.
From the 44, Brady. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, throws like that, especially where we sit in the 4th quarter, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, and one of my faults is that I often view this game through a defensive back's eyes. And in this situation, your team's losing, it's late, tighter coverage, take a chance and go and try and step in front of one of those and make a big play. So if you're the quarterback, that should be in your head. This is their time to take a gamble.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
From midfield, here's Brady. This complete to Jones. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Brady now on 1st down. He'll find Jones again, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll run it again with Fournette. 51 yards on the ground for him so far.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Brady now to throw. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Julio Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. Extra point put through by Succop. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And here's Rodgers to return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Again, it's Taylor. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one winds up in Indianapolis victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those